Good day, Tea with Travis. Today is September 23rd, Tuesday, and boy, all eyes are on Capitol Hill right now with the Fed speak coming out of there with Ben Bernanke, the Fed chair, as well as Secretary Paulson from the Treasury, pleading their case to the Congress. Right now, actually, the wording they're using is pretty dramatic. Fed Chair Bernanke said the situation is quite adverse and we're in extraordinary turmoil, which those are pretty strong words. The stock market watches the words that people use, depending on who it is, and they react to it. And so when you use strong words like that, it's pretty substantial. And then Secretary Paulson said, we can debate later, but we need a bailout now, because things that are going to be affected, they talked about things. I guess when we look at this, all we think about is a taxpayer getting stuck with this burden. But the reality is, if you start micromanaging and looking down at the lower levels of how the impact is going to spread out on this, is pretty amazing. They talked about it's going to leave ordinary businesses unable to borrow money. So we have these small mom and pop shops, even maybe companies with 40 employees and so on. They can't even borrow money from banks right now if they're not to step in and help. It would affect causing businesses to fail. Obviously, if they have no capital to borrow, job loss. More foreclosures, even inability to borrow on cars and homes. So they're saying this could be so impactful to you, a citizen, you can't even go to your local car dealership and get a car loan because the money's not even fluid or available. So not only are the big three automakers having huge problems, even selling cars, put in the fact that you can't get them financed and you can only buy them with cash. Think of how the impact would be across the nation. I mean, it would probably be great. A lot of people learning how to live on within their means and within their paycheck without putting things on credit. But we'd come to a complete standstill, and I think that the impact would be devastating. It's kind of the choice of evils. I hear so many people complain right now about the government bailout, and there's so many bad things that are going to come with this. The taxpayer burden, you see these CEOs walking away with $26 million benefits package when they've ran their ship into the ground. So yeah, there's some really ugly things with this, but it's kind of the choice of evils. And if they don't do anything, I think the whole plea of Secretary Paulson and Fed Chair Bernanke is we don't have an option. We really have to step in. Otherwise, our economy is just going to be completely devastated, even back to Depression days. And then not only in our U.S. economy, but global impact. So some people may think, well, not a big deal. Who cares about Europe? But the reality is we are in a global economy now. We have to be good stewards of our money in the U.S. When people invest in our economy, we have to be able to back that and have it be a good investment for future. Because we get through this time, China may never want to invest in our bonds again. They have, I think the number was $60 billion in our bonds that are floating right now that they're nervous about. So this is not just an impact on us as taxpayers. This is a national, worldly event. So we really have to watch and understand the crucial steps the feds are making right now. I'm not thrilled about it either. Believe me, I don't. You think about how much $700 billion is. It's $6 billion cost to reconstruct all of Hurricane Gustav's damage down in the Gulf area, Galveston, and so on. So you think of $6 billion versus $700 billion, it's astronomical, but necessary, I think. Mortgage-backed securities are up slightly today. They're up 0.25% in fee. So they are, seeing the potential and the positives in this. And the Dow is only down 85 right now. So I think there is going to be some stability. As frustrating it is as a taxpayer, believe me, I don't want to pay any more taxes than you, but I think it is a necessary evil right now. So that's the update for today. I'm sure we're going to hear more once the Congress comes back, the Senate Banking Committee comes back with their decision, and the mix is on it. But from the strong words they used, Ben Bernanke and Treasury Paulson, or Secretary Paulson, it's going to be interesting to see what happens. But I'll let you know more tomorrow, so tune back in tomorrow. We look forward to serving you, and be blessed.